Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the grand trivia stage our great leader, our grand Aquarium Emperor, the Triviamaster of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Triviamaster Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello, I'm not Twitch's Betty White. I'm Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, as always, is intern Frightfest.
Fright.
And on this sensational episode of Grand Trivia, this spine-tingling episode of Grand Trivia, we say, welcome, foolish mortals, because tonight's trivia is all about what we're calling Scream Parks. A.k.a. horror in theme parks. Why did trivia start so late? You know what you did, Blug. Full aloof. Clap, 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 clap. I forgot to point out my jacket had the GLTS pins on it. Oh boy, I don't think I know that much about theme parks. I'm glad you get to suffer. Hail me, and again, thank you for the bits, Frank.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be quizzing you all.
And thank you for the 3-stream streak, Missy information. And for that feeling when you pull off a successful game show.
Ooh.
And for a 65-stream streak from Things from the Void. Wow.
Just wait till it's 69.
Just wait 4 streams from now. It'll be a funny number.
It will be.
That feeling when you pull off.
Ooh.
I don't approve of humans pulling off each other.
Or themselves.
Gross. Or any fornication in or out of marriage.
No pull off.
But what
area.
I do approve of.
None.
Is,
what?
Well, of course.
What?
It's going to crowd.live and entering the code XNJUL. That's XNJUL, where you'll get to play against people like non-union Beetlejuice, 666 Flags, Unsettlingly Specific Andrew, or Commander Cup. And hello, Jas, from your very jet-lagged game of trivia that you'll be suffering through. But, you know, we're not alone on this episode of Grand Trivia.
We're not alone here.
Because we have a very special guest. No, it's not being on Ustream. Our very special guest. You know them from your favorite hunts.
Ooh!
It's none other than Ben Kenbowski. Hello, Ben Kenbowski.
Hey.
Welcome to Grand Trivia.
Hey, just kidding.
Hey, Ben.
You're
hey,
not
hey,
cool,
hey.
Sheev.
You're not cool, Sheev. You're cool, Ben.
You're a cool
Hey.
Ben.
Hey,
Ben, thank you for
know
joining
what?
us.
That's music to my ears. Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. What are some of the haunts you're behind? I mean, I'm sure our audience all know, but in case there's any who aren't familiar with your work.
Right up top, I want to say I have absolutely nothing to do with the Tonightmares. If I did, it would be much scarier for Jimmy.
What would it be that Jay Leno's coming back to take the show?
Hey!
Hey.
I tell you what. Take a look at every picture of Knott's Berry Farm that has Elvira in it. I'm in the background, okay? All right, I'm the guy.
Lurking.
I'm the guy that makes all the spooky scaries. Okay. Hey.
Thank you, Missy Information, for sending us the coolest cat this side of Coruscant.
You know, that really sexy new Kurt Russell franchise where he's Sexy Santa.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Based on this guy.
Extremely familiar.
It's based on you?
What? You're sexy Santa?
You
Hey,
inspired the Christmas Chronicles?
Hey.
This is exclusive.
Wow.
Do you also have two children named Kate and Teddy?
They have asked to distance themselves from me, not because they don't love me very much, but because of the Nepo baby thing.
Oh,
I see. Yeah, yeah, they don't
do
need
what
to.
they need to. They are very responsible and talented on their own. The Kenbowski name.
So they have the courage to do what Wyatt Russell did not. And strike out on their own. What is this match game? I love a low confidence.
That's my wheelhouse.
Well, if you want to have low confidence, you can go to crowd.live and enter the code XNJUL.
I can tell
wow.
you the worst job I ever had.
Please.
I would love to hear about the worst job you ever had.
I didn't last long doing the prank scares for Ellen's show. She.
Oh, wow. Talk about terrifying.
Ooh, hey, careful.
Hey.
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 Ben.
But what? Yeah, go talk to Ben.
Oh, I just wanted to know, Ben, what have your favorite jobs been?
Yeah, did you work on for your approval? Or what special did you work on too for Ellen?
Oh, absolutely not. Stop that puppy episode. I would like to be very, very clear. And the puppy episode, it was really something special. And every time that I see somebody very sad on a ride, I think about something like special in my heart to balance that out. So really, every scream on a ride is just like a kid getting a new puppy.
So many kids getting so many puppies.
You know what's special to me? Our game of trivia
Oh.
with non-union Beetlejuice, 666 flags, unsettlingly specific Andrew, Commander Cup, don't scare me, I'll come. Ugh, don't approve of that one. Mr. Six, Destroyer of Worlds, love that one. The Haunted Manzin, like Zin. Scream 2 makes Scream 3 look like Scream. Walter Knott, Scary Boysenberry Farts.
Ooh.
Booniverse Bart. Single File Q. Scry and Johnson. Spooktatoes and CB Spooky Scary.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Ben.
Send shivers down your what? Ding!
Well, what I would love
Well, I
before
mean,
we get started.
That's not a trivia question. You're making food. Excuse me. Hot Carbs Live. You can't play trivia because you're preparing consumable matter?
Gross.
Are you
Repulsive.
kidding me, Hot Carbs Live? That is so insulting that you would skip our game of trivia to make things for your disgusting third-dimensional habit.
It's just a
Vegan
habit.
I don't
shepherd's
care
pie.
that it's vegan or not. It's just disgusting because you eat it. If you were making like a cool prop or a collectible cup, I could tolerate that. I wouldn't approve because every mortal should drop whatever they're doing as soon as this show goes live.
It's been a long time since I've consumed any matter that wasn't from a theme park. So
Oh.
I actually
Tell
can't
us about that.
What's your
consume
favorite
any
theme
matter
park food?
outside of a theme park? Really, anything that I can buy for under, $50.
Oh, so like almost nothing.
So,
I haven't
Doritos you
had
can buy off a
anything in
child.
They said no resale within the park.
That's what they say. They can't catch you all the time. Especially if you create a chain where you like hire a Gaston. You challenge a Gaston saying, I bet you couldn't get away with buying chips from someone. And eventually they're going to get chips from someone. And
I
then
bet.
no one will think it was you because they'll all blame Gaston. Gaston, no one's a patsy like Gaston.
But just before we
Sorry,
get
I was
started
just thinking
with
about
trivia,
the bird that hit Fabio. That was really scary.
Oh.
Go ahead. I'll just
You
try
can
and
also
do
join
it.
our game of trivia like Beethoven and October. You gotta spit on that burr.
Well, let's go
I
ahead and
don't
get
understand that
started.
Octua? Hoctua? You don't understand Hoctua?
It's like there's a restaurant in San Francisco called Hawker Fare.
There
it's
was.
like that. Oh, did they close?
Yeah, they closed because they were too expensive.
Oh my. That makes sense.
A hawker fair, exactly, Wiz.
That's the only thing I think of when I think of Hawktua.
I think it's a Hawktua Halloween costumes you can get at Spirit.
Ah.
Yeah. And the Talk to a podcast. Yeah, $75 kettle corn somehow didn't last even in San Francisco.
Ooh. Ooh.
There is a restaurant for dogs not far from where it was, though.
That is true.
An actual
Cabo-
restaurant for
Cabo
dogs.
Wabo Bow Wow.
Oh, I wish it was that well
Oh,
named.
yeah. That would be nice.
It's not that fun. It's, no, it's dog.
It's just called Dog.
It's dog, but spelled like Vogue. So dog. It's fresh Whole Foods for dog. You know what? We're going to bring this up in my mind palace.
We need to all see this just to get the scares started early. It's Dog. Why is it so fancy?
Because you're what do you want the real reason it's so fancy? Because you're an engineer for a fang company who lives in a 1-bedroom apartment, so you can't afford to have children. So you have a dog that looks like a bigger dog but has small legs, so it doesn't have to walk as much. And so you give it this fancy food.
Fang Company. It sounds spooky.
And they'll ship to you.
That could probably
Wow.
feed and support so many park employees that help run.
You
my
can get a
rides.
$95 to $98 cake for your dog.
Could a human eat it?
I doubt it.
What's in it?
A meat?
Oh.
Tag the account.
Yeah.
Tag the account. Secret buttholes on Instagram. Am I right? Oh.
We craft our pastries and cakes by hand in small batches using the same... Oh, you're right. Using the same processes and techniques we used in crafting desserts for humans. We use 100% human-grade ingredients in the same preparation process. However, we do not use any sweeteners, fillers, binders, or emulsifiers. Our pastries are protein-based and specifically formulated for your dog's health and wellness. Pastries and cake must be refrigerated immediately. But what's in it? Meat. But what kind of meat? Oh,
Human
grass-fed
grade.
beef or free-range chicken.
Oh.
Wow, that's actually better than some food for humans.
It
I've
sounds
heard
better
that
than
in
the
November. I've heard that in November you can actually grow, have a meat patty puck disc at one of the parks that shan't be named, from a certain frozen founder. They just shaved off some of his cells and grew some fruit.
Ooh. Oh. So that's why I got really bad diarrhea at Disneyland.
I didn't say
Yes,
anything.
yes,
Who said anything about Disneyland?
Who said anything about Disneyland? It's fine to have a weird shaped dog, but is it fine
Thank
to feed
you.
it a human grade cake? For $95. Sorry.
You know, we actually have a video that might answer that question.
Pug says yes, it is.
It's the legend of Ben Kenbowski, who was ousted by Big Mousky. He was the #1 man, now he shits on them, and has a copy of Mike Eisner's house key. One thing about Ben is that he would never be Walt Disney's patsy. Ben's family came from Poland, and that made Disney suspicious, cause of Walt, he was kind of a Nazi.
Wow!
The legend of Ben.
The legend of Ben. This is a bop. Absolutely. Clap, clap, clap. That deserves all of the screams.
That rocks.
All of the screams. Is this what you hear when you open the door to Mike Eisner's house?
They should play that on the bone, because that rocks.
I've never seen the inside of any house that I'm not supposed to see.
Okay.
Let me be honest with you, I very rarely travel outside any area that's not a scream park.
Have you ever
that's
been
sort
to the
of-
House of Ideas? That's what I call Marvel. Excelsior!
I definitely thought you were gonna do like a David Lynch fish for the best ideas.
Have you ever been to the House of Ideas? That's what I call Marvel.
I wonder if he
So many
means-
things I say work
Ben
just as well, said
Kenbowski.
by David Lynch. Excelsior! I heard there's a fish stuck in the percolator.
Is
No, it's Lee Lynch. Excelsior! Excelsior! Why don't you
Excelsior.
go to crowd.live and enter the code XNJUL?
So X,
It came to me in a dream.
X, no jewels.
X
no
no
jewels.
jewels.
Don't smoke jewels.
Do not
children.
vape.
Do not chew Zin? Chew?
Do not.
Chew?
Do not chew Zin.
Yeah, what do you do to Zin?
You chew it,
Okay.
and it only has the nicotine and not the tobacco.
Fluval's House of Ideas is the poor Myrtle's Fluval's mind
Yeah,
palace.
that's true. That's true. I'm not channeling him anymore, by the way.
Zin, you don't. What do you do with Zin?
You chew it.
Clearly not. Not according to things from the boy.
I assert that you chew it, so you chew it.
That's true.
When I first started working at theme parks, that was my favorite snack at the park. Was just
Zin?
cigarettes.
Oh.
No, cigarettes.
Oh, I see. Well, because when they started, you could smoke on rides, right?
Oh, and Zin is spit free, by the way.
So
The
you
FAQ.
swallow it?
The FAQ says it's spit free.
Wait,
You just pop it between.
you swallow it?
No,
Ben eats cigarettes.
it's gum. It's basically.
Vaping during match game was a reference, everyone.
There's less than 1 calorie per pouch, by the way, and it's lactose free.
Chew is a misnomer.
They specifically say it's lactose free, which I think is very funny.
Wait, do you just swallow
Lobdopin's
it?
right.
No, you dispose of
I would
it safely.
simply boof it.
Yeah, exactly, fool. You don't consume it, you boof it. Well, that's why you're a legend, Ben. Yeah.
I look so good for my age because I stopped drinking my own piss. Think about that.
So you're not a Troy, then.
One does not
no.
simply boof sin.
One does not simply boof Zin. 5 chew tobacco. It's been chewed 5 times before it arrives to you. There is Zin stuck in the percolator.
The real reason I don't do it is because it'll get stuck in my beard. It's a Zin catcher.
That Zin you like is coming back in style.
Ben has the power of the boof on his side.
You know, Francis Ford Coppola also has the power of the boof because he cast Shia LaBeouf in Megalopolis.
Oh.
And now let's go back to the club, by which I mean start the crowd per countdown. Here is question number 1. How many happy haunts are there in the Haunted Mansion? 9, 69, 99, or 999?
999 is a very funny number.
Yeah.
What is a happy haunt?
It's the ghosts. How many ghosts are in the Haunted Mansion?
Oh, okay.
The ghost host refers to them as happy haunts, you see. I was using park lingo like I always do with Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser at Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida.
Megalopolis Joker 2 double feature. Here for it.
I have no desire to see Joker 2, but I will watch Megalopolis again.
Megalopolis. Oh, I like it. It's fun to pretend hierarchies.
No.
Don't go. You go. Finish. You
I-
are a
no,
legend.
I was gonna stutter my way. I was gonna stutter my way through that title, like he stuttered his way through directing that film. I'm sorry.
Oh!
Joker 2 makes Joker the playing card look like a movie.
Oh!
Oh!
Not all of them have happy endings.
Oh!
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 A pig!
A pig.
Hey,
And
that's
a
like a scary. I
Wow.
would never design a haunt nearly that scary.
I can't believe that a
get rid of
Rhode Island Improv Guild would pop out of that Jack in the Box.
Oh, they're fine. They're fine. It's the they can be funded. Don't defund them.
No.
Yeah. Other pigs.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the defund those ones. That's the one. It's like the No Homers Club. We're allowed to have one. And the one is that improv group. Are they? Yeah, no, they are, though. Anyway, let's see what you picked. 5 of you said 9. 2 of you said 69. Yeah, absolutely, Lena. They should have just used your quotes in the trailer. They wouldn't have had to pull it afterwards.
This is a no pull-off area.
Exactly.
Make me top next sign.
Remember when they used all those AI quotes in the trailer for Megalopolis and they had to go, whoopsie, what the fuck? No.
Ah! Spooky! Oh, it's 999.
It was 999. 4 of you got it right.
Oh, because it's like
funniest number.
666
Well,
upside down.
The story as to how the haunts have gotten into the mansion has varied over time. But the original was that Walt and the Disneyland Ghost Relations Department sought out ghosts from across the world who didn't have a place to haunt and invited them to the haunted mansion. Yeah, it's also Herman Cain's tax proposal. It's also SimCity's tax proposal.
Ben.
Well, that's on you, Jess.
Oh.
Someone chose to get jet lagged.
Ben, I'm so curious. Did you ever work with this ghost relations department?
I fought for the pun. Every pun you see, I fought to keep. I had an apprentice who worked for me, and he, you might have known, his family is really litigious, so I'll just call him WD.
Oh.
And just very uncreative. I mean, you heard about him in the song. I can't. I don't. Legal. It doesn't want me to draw too many parallels, but
No, yeah,
That's
for
just
sure.
a legend. That's just a legend.
Yeah.
Just a legend. But
Though there also was no reference to the GRD in the attraction. The only reference at Disneyland is a hearse that has a sign in it but that wasn't installed until the 1990s. But it did appear here in this sign advertising the Haunted Mansion that said, "Notice all ghosts and restless spirits. Lifetime leases are now available in this Haunted Mansion. Don't be left out in the sunshine. Enjoy active retirement in this country club atmosphere. The fashionable address for famous ghosts. Ghosts trying to make a name for themselves and ghosts afraid to live by themselves. Leases include license to scare the daylights out of guests visiting the portrait gallery, Museum of the Supernatural Graveyard, and other happy haunting grounds. For reservations, send resume of past experience to Ghost Relations Department, Disneyland. Please do not apply in person."
oh, because they're not persons anymore.
Yeah, because they're ghosts.
Hot Carbs Live. I can answer that question now
Oh,
as an independent artist.
Yes.
No.
In your personal capacity. No!
Unfortunately, no.
Why do you think the Yeti hasn't moved?
Ben, my God, that look in your eyes. That could be a haunt in itself.
It is probably the darkest joke I've seen on a Disney ride, though, to be like, "There's always my way out." And then he's just hanging.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That is a pun. I did say I did all the puns, and I have to stick by that. And I wish that I had some creative control still to get rid of it.
Yeah, I do think there are. I buy that there are real skulls on Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
The Johnny Depp skull is real.
Finally, someone
It's really
took
Johnny
care of
Depp's
him.
skull from the future. But the fun fact, it doesn't play Jack Sparrow. Yeah. That's an animatronic. The Johnny Depp skull is actually in one of the other Pirates. You'll have to guess which one.
Ho, ho, ho.
Don't say the dog. If they messed up that ride so bad after I left, and I'm not going to tell you why, because ghosts can still be sued. I don't.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Was it the skull in Zorro? Maybe.
The skull that masks as Zorro.
The movies that made
Zorro.
my entire robotics team bisexual on a trip. I mean,
Yep. That movie
Walter-
will do that.
Walter Knott's scary boysenberry farts got the answer correct the fastest, so they gained 925 points. While 666 Flags got it wrong the fastest, losing 921 points. And now we go to question number 2. I do. Which of these is a real haunted house from Halloween Horror Nights? Anxiety in 3D. HR Blood and Guts presents Holidays of Horror. Killustrator, the final chapter, or Leave It to Cleaver.
Now, did you work with the Halloween Horror Nights, Ben?
oh, absolutely. Back when they were, a little tamer. Boy, there's a podcast I really enjoy listening to those boys speculate on various iterations of the haunts in the maze that have been there throughout the years. Do you know one time they guessed correctly the scent of fart fog down to the identifying the distributor that we use for those?
Wow.
Suffer, Missy.
Suffer. The pirate sitting on the bridge and his leg is hanging over and his dirty animatronic foot is just dangling there. Yeah.
I do know that guy. Yeah, he rules. His foot's so
Who did
dirty.
you model the foot on, Ben?
Well, I mean, it's actually my foot when I'm a little bit warm at night and I stick it out of the sheet. But everything else is what I imagine is going to come get me because I've put my leg out under the...
Yeah. That's Johnny Depp's foot. We put the skull in the foot.
I was just making sure that there's no sloughs of Dottie. It's just my actual. It's my dog. That's not the animatronic dog.
Oh,
There he
good,
is.
good.
Look at that sexy gam. Look at that. It's my I'm working on my calves. I want people to come up to me respectfully in public.
Yeah, like you're some kind of slutty wizard.
Yeah. Some people have called me a wizard. Yeah.
We just need to get a little
Wizard of
sluttier.
Screams.
The wizard of
Oh, Ben, you dastardly fool!
Hey, blog, I have great news for you. Not real feet.
Ah!
If you can show feet in Baldur's Gate, I can show that.
Respect
But
the
if you
slutty
like the
wizard.
foot and you'd like to take a closer look, I'm corporeal for the month of October.
Oh.
Anyway.
Now let's see what you all picked. 3 of you said anxiety in 3D. 5 of you said HR Blood and Guts presents Holidays of Horror. 3 of you said Killustrator, the final chapter, and 3 of you said Leave It to Cleaver. Now, Ben, what do you think the answer is?
I respectfully don't want to give it away too soon.
Okay.
I see what you. Let me just say, I see what you did there, and it's real funny.
It is, because they're all real.
And I did know that. That was not a mind trick. I absolutely know that is. I knew that.
Anxiety in 3D was one of the 5 haunted houses that were featured during Halloween Horror Nights 10 in the year 2000. And it was located in Soundstage 22 along with Total Chaos. In Anxiety in 3D, Jack the Clown breaks a 3D video game and turns it into a technological terror. Here we go. A virtual reality world gone horribly wrong. Fright game master Richard Price has created a simulated nightmare world where the player walks through the game in groups of 6. Though, through the enhanced 3D process that was very successful in last year's Creature Feature experience, the player wears gaming goggles, 3D glasses, which create real and surreal textures and images. Of course, there are a few bugs to work out. The game is malfunctioning and you're trapped inside of... The scary icon of the game, Jack the Clown, has warped the very fabric of the virtual reality and created his own twisted playground. Who is he, Ryan Reynolds? He appears throughout, taunting and terrorizing. This scary simulation has become terrifyingly real, and now the competition is to stay alive. Guests must enter against the powerful action and disorientation of a moving turntable rotating in the opposite direction. Once past this first obstacle, an array of mystifying experiences await us as we try to make it through, not sure of our location. A room of eyeballs that come to life, a wall of blood splatters that chase us, all creating the warped world of Jack the Clown. It looked like this.
No, that's a year I took off because I felt that he was heading a little bit too more,
Trust system built to mark entrance to both haunted houses. Total chaos and anxiety in 3D. The 3D glasses seem to be called Jack's eyes.
Oh.
Here's HR Blood and Guts presents Holidays of Horror, which was a haunted house in Halloween Horror Nights 21 from 2011, which had twisted versions of Valentine's Day, President's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Arbor Day, Independence Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And the concept of holiday-based horror also appeared in 2019 and 2021 as Holidays in Hell.
Oh.
Holidays in Hell, from New Year's Eve to Thanksgiving. Your favorite holidays are going to hell. 'Tis the season to scream in this holiday nightmare.
Little did they know.
Yeah.
The real holiday nightmare would be soon.
But look at this lore. Larry Kurtzberg was a young man who made his debut in the acting business on Broadway in the 1930s when he began his career at the Schubert Theater in the musical comedy Babes in Arms at age 17. That was all one sentence. Years later, he began to depart from the acting business to take a job at his uncle's taxidermy shop. In the 70s, Larry became desperate to break back into the acting business and was searching for a new role to take. One day, Moira, the secretary for his agency, the Audit Management Associates, actually Lady Luck in disguise, who was the horror icon that year, left a message on his answering machine telling him that the best part of the agency was able to get for him was the starring role as HR Blood and Guts, on the Midnight Horror Show at the WKNB station in Cary, Ohio. And Larry could either take the part or his agency would no longer represent him. Larry, of course, took the part as Blood and Guts. Throughout the run of the variety show, Kurtzberg as H.R. Blood and Guts served as a host and would present a marathon of horror films in the show. Later, he began to host horror comedy movies about horrified versions of holidays from throughout the year. However, as the show progressed, Larry became obsessed with his role as H.R. Blood and Guts and took it too seriously and said, "Call me H.R. Blood and Guts." Eventually, the producer, John Reynolds, noticed that the show's ratings... John Reynolds? From Search Party?
Ryan? Oh.
Ryan?
Noticed that the show's ratings had dropped due to the episodes being too disturbing, along with the loss of the advertising revenue. And so he got canceled and then wanted revenge on his producer for ending the show, so he kidnapped his producer and members of his crew during the final televised broadcast of the Midnight Horror Show and tortured them horribly during the broadcast. The police showed up and arrested Larry. Reynolds was dying of mortal wounds inflicted by Larry and was pronounced dead. The crew, however, recovered and were released from the hospital, but quit their jobs at the WKNB station. Larry Kurtzberg was placed in prison for life, showing no remorse for his torturing of John Reynolds. The house is set during his final broadcast.
Chat, is this real?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a
And
lot.
The holidays represented are St. Valentine's Day as VD2, the recurrence. Independence Day, Uncle Sam Wants You. Easter Bunny, the Feaster Bunny. Arbor Day, when the boughs break, your limbs will fall off.
Whoa!
I don't like VD. I don't like
No.
especially in connection with like a traditionally sexually romantic holiday.
Yeah. Do you like St. Patrick's Day? Get lucked.
Get lucked.
Yeah. Or President's Day, Dead President's Day 2, the re-election. Oh, that's prescient. Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, and Christmas,
Hey,
the
luck
ho
you, pal.
the ho homicide. And
I again want to apologize for the Purge themed horror
Yeah.
night. I had no idea that there would one day be a presidential candidate suggesting that we run our country the way I run my haunt attraction.
well, let's see if you apologize for Killustrator, the final chapter, one of the haunted houses from Halloween Horror Nights 10 in Singapore.
Ooh.
Obsessed with horror, the crazed Killustrator is dying to see his twisted creations torment those who foolishly enter his world, including you. Ooh. A lonely, crazed artist who is completely obsessed with Halloween Horror Nights produces new, daring material for his social media fans. He constantly tries to outdo himself with more horror, more terror, and more blood. For his latest venture, watch him bring fan-favorite Halloween Horror Nights moments back to life in disturbing new stories.
Ooh. These all sound like copy pasta.
Oh, we didn't look at HR Blood and Guts if there were photos.
Missy, if you send this stream to 6 people that you know, it won't happen.
Oh, okay. Missy.
What it is?
Whatever it is.
Yeah, you specifically need to send this stream to 6 people.
Forward,
specifically.
Forward. Thank
I
you.
just don't want
Thank you.
to. I want to dodge Thanksgiving. Okay, cool. I figured it would. I don't trust that a Thanksgiving thing is going to be in good taste. But this is the Killustrator and his kooky creations.
Ooh.
The Killustrator's room. Yeah, I actually, Halloween Horror Nights Singapore is interesting because it actually takes inspiration from the regional mythology in a way that you don't see here in the station. No,
That's
I mean
true.
In that I mean
clowns is
no.
kind of
No. In that I mean you don't see. I mean that it's just taking it from a different folklore. Not that the American Halloween Horror Nights don't take it from American folklore. They super do. But you don't get death deities and stuff.
That is
in
true.
the same way.
We don't have any death deities, and it's a problem.
No, but you did have.
We do.
Leave it
we
to
do.
Cleaver.
He's locked underneath one of the parks.
It's true.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, and here's Leave It to Cleaver.
Spoilers.
In Leave It to Cleaver,
Exclusives.
Sam cares for and about the people of Cary, Ohio, like they were his own family. Samuel meets works for the people of Cary, Ohio as a butcher, bringing them the freshest meat possible, with a steady livestock of transients and town lawbreakers with which to serve, and a staff of volunteers who will preserve their town's deadly secret by any means necessary. There is truly no end in sight for Samuel or his family business. As Sam always says, meet me at meats, and the Z stands for cannibal.
This sounds like the next step that Gavin Newsom is looking for.
And he'll personally prepare the meat with a steady.
My facial reactions were for like the slave labor of unhoused people that they are describing in that, which they already have.
Yeah, which is, it's a big Gavin Newsom thing. First, we steal their shit, we destroy their homes, we disenfranchise them, fourth, we eat them.
If you live in California, you get to vote to make enslaving people illegal this year.
Very few things that I have designed could possibly be more frightening than the liberal elite, including that fucking aspect.
Yeah.
Oh my. Indeed.
You get to vote for against them being legally able to force prisoners to do labor. Yeah.
And
that one was in 2009's
cool.
Halloween Horror Nights, ripped from the silver screen. Because in 2009 Halloween Horror Nights, it was all movie themed, which it feels like it always should be at Universal.
Right.
But you all got it right, but 666 Flags got it right the fastest. They gained 864 points with Commander Cup right behind them. But on the overall rankings, Walter Knott's Scary Boysenberry Farts is still in first place. The Haunted Man's Zin in second with some Zin in their cheek. Spooktatoes in third. Joker 2 makes Joker look like Jared Leto in fourth. And Scryan Johnson using his magic powers to solve a mystery and play our game of trivia. Ahead of Mr. 6, Destroyer of Worlds. And after Mr. 6, it's all negative. And Beethoven didn't answer. So they're in last place still. They missed out on some free points. Well, let's see if they also miss out on question number 3. Which of these is not one of Universal's Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure shows? Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure 4, Four Stallions of the Apocalypse. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 6, The Final Frontier. Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure 7, Dial E for Excellent, or Bill and Ted Meet Time Cop. 3 of these are real Universal Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure shows. We made up one of them. Pick the one we made up.
Again,
And again, I feel like this is one of the years that I was present at the party. Like, it would be unfair for me to answer because I know.
No, of course not. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any hints. They need to suffer their way through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the Final
appreciate
Frontier is my favorite Bill and Ted's. I like it when they do Shakespeare in the original Klingon.
Yeah.
Oh. I like when they go, what does God need with a spaceship, dude? Yeah!
Yeah. Right?
Where is LED light? Well, let's see what you all picked. 2 of you said, Four Stallions of the Apocalypse. 5 of you said, The Final Frontier. 4 of you said, Dial E for Excellent. 5 of you said, Bill and Ted Meet Time Cop. The correct answer, well, that's for Star Trek. Who knows if it's true for Bill and Ted?
Blog.
Look.
What's the answer? Will the short one be
Is
the
it the
fake
short one? Is it the short one?
Will the Final Frontier be the fake one?
The fake one is Four Stallions of the Apocalypse. The rest are all real. The 4th Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure was just called Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure 4. 1994's Bill and Ted Meet Time Cop is the 3rd Bill and Ted Excellent Halloween Adventure show. And as noted on the Halloween Horror Nights wiki, this show was reportedly the first one to fully utilize pop culture icons instead of horror movie villains. This was also reportedly the first to really increase the comedy aspect. Again, the first 2 Bill and Ted shows did not focus on the comedy aspect of Bill and Ted. They were just horror things.
Sense.
Yeah. Some pop culture references in this
something you would never say about the Weird Al show, okay, at Knott's.
No.
Just,
Some of pop culture references in this show included a fight between Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding, the Terminator appearing to save the day, and while O.J. Simpson jokes with him while driving a white Ford Bronco.
Suffer, Specific.
Good night, Specific Andrew.
Suffer. Good nightmares.
Good nightmares. And Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure
Why do I keep
6
doing
is
that?
the final frontier, as you can see here. And in this, it's Party On with Bill and Ted as these two most excellent dudes encounter awesome heroes and bogus villains from the movies and TV.
Suffer.
And the characters in this are Bill and Ted, Captain Kirk, Picard, the Borg Queen, the Klingon, Alan Ripley, Agent K, Agent J, the Terminator, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Darth Vader, Ghostface, Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Jerry Seinfeld, Kramer, Austin Powers, Elaine, and Gwen Stefani.
Good
what?
night,
I'm sorry,
1B.
Kramer in there with...
Yes.
What?
The show starts with the Star Trek theme and Captain Kirk and Captain Picard beaming down to Gotham City in 1880 to look for the phone booth. The phone booth arrives and Bill and Ted jump out. They say they got a call from a big record company that wants to make a deal with them. Kirk and Picard tell them they have been tricked, and the Borg Queen called them because she wants to steal the phone booth. The Borg Queen appears along with a Klingon. Kirk and Picard fire their phasers at them, but they don't work because that technology hasn't been invented yet. Duh. The Borg Queen and the but Borgs have. The Borg Queen and the Klingon have present-day guns, which they use to shoot at the heroes. Again, it must be 1980 if they're present-day guns. Help arrives in the form of Ellen Ripley from Alien, the Men in Black, and the Terminator. A gunfight ensues, and the Borg Queen and the Klingon escape in the phone booth, and Kirk and Picard fight over who should command the mission, each citing previous time travel missions they've had. Bill calls back the phone booth, and the Borg Queen and the Klingon come out, along with Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, and Darth Vader. They all fight each other, and Picard and Kirk get thrown into the phone booth by the Borg Queen and the Klingon and get sent to another time. Darth Vader walks towards Bill and Ted and says, "The Force is with you. But you are not wild stallions yet." Ooh. Bill pulls out a lightsaber and duels Darth Vader. Bill lures Vader to the trap door and Vader falls down. No!
Yes. Yes, it does. Fool.
Ghostface then appears and chases Bill and Ted while Mr. Freeze also walks towards them. He is intercepted by the Terminator. The Terminator falls down the well. Just the phrase. The Terminator falls down the well.
The Terminator falls down the well.
And Mr. Freeze freezes it. He then continued to chase after Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted then call Batman using the bat signal. And Batman, Robin, and Batgirl swing onto the stage. Batman takes Bill and Ted off stage. Robin fights Poison Ivy and lures her into a building, which the Men in Black blow up. So much for his one rule. Batman fights Mr. Freeze on top of one of the buildings. The Borg Queen joins the fight, but is shot down by the Men in Black. They're Galaxy Defenders, I guess. Bill and Ted reappear with Batgirl saying, "It's time to jam!" The Men in Black question how everyone is going to get back to the future. The Back to the Future theme plays. And the DeLorean appears. The cast of Seinfeld comes out of the DeLorean.
Right? I was like, is Lassie showing up now?
No, it's the cast of Seinfeld popping out of the DeLorean and saying, "Now this is a show about nothing." Kramer explains how they went 88 miles per hour.
True, the Argyle.
He does love 80. No, he doesn't. He just is horrible sometimes. Kramer explains how they went 88 miles per hour while driving, and that's how they ended up there. Then Greased Lightning starts playing as Bill and Ted help fix the DeLorean. The show is interrupted by a phone call from Ghostface, who appears on stage and reveals that he is Austin Powers.
I would watch the shit out of this movie.
Yeah.
Right?
It's on YouTube, I think. The song and dance finale begins. The Men in Black have a rap dance break to their theme song. Elaine does her infamous dance to Wannabe by the Spice Girls. She is joined by the Borg Queen, Batgirl, and Poison Ivy. The characters, including Kirk and Picard, dance to Smells Like Teen Spirit. And then the show closes with Kramer blowing up the set.
Is Wayne Brady in this?
I don't see a cast listing, but I don't think so. And of course, there's Dial E for Excellent, which has
Dial M for man.
yeah.
Oh.
The show starts with the DeLorean coming onto the stage with T.J. Hooker hanging off the hook. They love Shatner so much. He demands the drivers get off the car, and Mulder and Scully from the X-Files come out.
The X-Files?
What is this, Nakamus's stream? The time-traveling phone booth appears, and Bill and Ted come out, saying they are there to see Saving Private Ryan on ice at the Magic Kingdom. I would watch that. They are told the attraction was closed by the new management. The new manager comes out and is revealed to be Jimmy and Tommy from Goodfellas.
What?
I'm gonna need that link after the show.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Bill sends the booth back in time for backup. Riggs and Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon and Zorro arrive. A gunfight ensues and Jimmy and Tommy run in the phone booth and travel through time. Bill calls back the booth and Jimmy...
Fluval!
Bill calls back the booth.
Put that Zin in my secret pocket.
Jimmy and Tommy come out with more bad guys, including Wasing Koo from Lethal Weapon 4. I think that's Jet Li's character. Michael Myers from Halloween and Juan Sanchez Villarobos Ramirez from Highlander. Hey, my Spanish pronunciation was just as good as Sean Connery's. Riggs and Murtaugh fight Wasing Koo and throw him in the phone booth, but Tommy sneaks up behind them and hits them both on the head while Jimmy throws them into the phone booth, sending them away. Why did you do that then? Meanwhile,
Sean
Michael
Connery
Myers chases
in that movie
Bill.
the Spaniard.
Yes. Meanwhile, Michael Myers chases Bill and Ted, but is intercepted by Jamie Lee Curtis, not in character, just Jamie Lee Curtis, who sends him through a trap door. Zorro and Ramirez then duel, and Zorro falls down a well.
We just had the well.
I mean, wells
from
are very
last
easy
year.
stagecraft. Michael Myers reappears, so Bill calls for backup, and John Steed and Emma Peel from the British TV show The Avengers show up.
Zorro,
Emma
apparently.
Peel fights Michael Myers, and John Steed fights Ramirez. Steed defeats him with his umbrella and goes to face Michael Myers with Emma Peel. They lead him off to the rooftop where Scully shoots Michael Myers. And that's how Michael Myers dies, is Scully shoots him.
Just with
that
a gun.
canon?
It's Bill and Ted canon.
My
After
brain
the villains were
feels-
defeated,
I
Bill and Ted
forgot this
invite...
was Bill and Ted.
Oh, yeah. After the villains were defeated, Bill and Ted invite their new friends from Colorado to party with them, which were the kids from South Park.
What?
The song and dance sequence begins with a square dance to the song Kyle's Mom is a Stupid Bitch. The song is interrupted when Jimmy says this song is horrible and shoots Kenny. Bill and Ted bring in special guests, which were Rose and Jack from Titanic. They then start playing a Titanic-inspired version of Summer Nights from Greece. Following that song, the older Rose, seen in the movie, comes on stage and performs a rap. Young Rose asks Old Rose what she did with the necklace. Old Rose says she threw it overboard, and Young Rose punches her in the jaw and knocks her out.
This is cup fusion
It's
level
rules.
delirium.
Robbie Hart from The Wedding Singer comes out and sings You Spin Me All Right Round. Then Hail to the Chief starts playing as Bill Clinton enters the stage.
What?
He apologizes for his indiscretions with Monica Lewinsky and promises that nothing like that would ever happen again. Monica Lewinsky comes on stage while a rendition of You're the One That I Want from Grease starts playing. And then Bill Clinton plays his saxophone and the stage explodes. Can you imagine not knowing how to end something so you just have an explosion happen? That would never be us. It's actually Bill, though.
I got scared and had to touch my comfort skull.
He looks very cute. That skull, I love how the eye sockets are like.
I'm gonna show it muted. I can imagine the energy in that room, yes.
Wow. Wait, are we gonna see Scully shoot him?
I hope so.
I like how he gets killed with the power of gun.
It looks like a medieval
yeah.
times.
It does. There is the chase. Oh, there is the fight against the Lethal Weapon guys. I guess. I guess that's Murtaugh and Riggs.
I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool fight.
That's pretty good
for a live
choreography.
show.
Yeah.
And this is after
I
1992,
want
so we don't
to-
know. We don't know if Wayne Brady is still there.
The energy in the writing room. It was just pure
here we go.
cocaine. It was
Yeah.
written purely by cocaine. There were no humans. A pile of powder
I'm gonna refresh.
wrote this. We used to be a real country.
It sort of froze up a little, so let's see now.
This one was invented by a writer.
It sure was blog. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
It's Michael. Probably talking or being taught. Oh, there's Bill and Ted. I love that
Pretty good.
Keanu helped inspire this. And there they go. There's Michael. He runs at them. They run. They run. They dodge. They run. You know, I don't think we're gonna.
His
Zorro!
range. Zorro.
And a
Bisexual
conquistador?
bus trip, Zorro.
No, that's I think the joke is that that's Sean Connery's character.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's wearing Scottish stuff.
Oh, I didn't realize the neck thing was Scottish.
Oh, whoa!
Someone
The
just came
Avengers.
from the ceiling.
It's the Avengers. It's Emma Peel and the other guy.
Wait,
I only
Are
know
those-
that because it was a movie, and at that point the IP was old.
I mean, I'm willing to bet that's the only reason they're in this. Is that remake with Uma Thurman as Emma Peel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. There they are on the roof. There's the fight with the
umbrella?
The umbrella being used to beat up Sean Connery as he falls. And there's Michael Myers. And then Scully should be here any minute, right?
Scully, where are you? Oh, I think
Oh, she
Please.
shot him from the
Oh.
ground.
wow,
Nice shot,
Scully.
Scully.
cool fall.
Yeah.
That's fun. Damn, you can even see the padding
And
he
this
had
was
to
the
fall
dance
on. That
the
guy
dance party.
fell. Is that Ray Fiennes?
Ooh. Oh, I hope it's
Oh, that's too. I can't show that. That was too much gesticulation.
So-
Too
Um,
much
and-
hip gyration.
More.
Bill and Ted kept going for so long. 2017 was the final one, where it was once again just called Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure.
Good night,
Good night, potatoes, molasses.
The suffer.
And the final one included Bill S. Preston, Theodore Logan, Death, Barbara Holland, 11 from Stranger Things, Dr. Evil, Rocket Raccoon, Baby Groot, Lady Gaga, Moana, Jack Sparrow, David S. Pumpkins, Rick Sanchez, Katy Perry, and David's Skeleton Girl Dancers. And this commemorative shirt. Farewell, dudes!
Do you know that there's a real ghost at Knott's Berry Farm, and it's related to Katy Perry?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
The ghost of the nun that she killed through her action and inaction.
Oh my.
She was a big Elvira fan, closeted lesbian her entire life. Now she gets to look at
Katy Perry?
The nun.
spooky titties. No, the nun.
None.
I actually
Oh,
shouldn't say
okay,
that. Rest in
okay.
peace.
It was the 6 was the final frontier because it had Picard and Captain Kirk in it.
I was like, well, she did kiss a girl and liked it. so-
Right? Boba Fett was in one too. So I think it's very funny that Boba Fett is one of an exclusive
Boba
group of
Fett?
characters that have been in stage
Boba
shows at
Fett?
both Disney
Fett.
parks and Universal. Where? Universal.
Boba Fett?
In Universal.
My hometown is near Universal.
Oh.
Oh.
It's Stu John.
Thank you for that plant destruction, fool. I don't know, probably because they didn't think of it yet.
It looks like all of those are gone
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, all of that never happened, but as far
That
as
whole
trivia is
planet's
concerned,
gone.
it still did. So let's go to the leaderboard, where Spooktatoes, despite leaving, has taken first place. The Haunted Manson in second, because Commander Cup and Don't Scare Me, I'll Come are the only ones who got that right. Commander Cup gaining 737 points, while 666 Flags lost the most points, losing 852. So your standings are, your top 5, I should say, are Spooktatoes, The Haunted Manson, Walter Knotts, scary boysenberry farts. Commander Cup and Scryan Johnson.
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
What a great tribute. Speaking of great tributes, which of these pop culture icons inspired a real Halloween Horror Nights haunted house? Alice Cooper, Clive Barker, Penn and Teller, or The Weeknd?
The Weeknd? Is that how it's spelled?
There's no E.
I didn't realize that
is how The Weeknd is spelled. Yeah.
His name differently than
Yeah.
Weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's writer of children's book Clive Barker. Penn and Teller magicians.
Clive Barker with the
pretty
children's book?
spooky. Yes, it's
Ararat?
called Aberrat.
Aberrat.
Oh.
No, it's called The Hellbound Heart, actually.
The Hellbound Heart. That's correct. You are so right. You are so right.
Well, let's see what you picked. 3 of you said Alice Cooper, 6 of you said Clive Barker, 2 of you said Penn and Teller, and 2 of you said The Weeknd. And the correct answer is, once again, all of them.
Ah!
We can.
Ah! So, what was The Weeknd's?
Oh, we're going to get to that, but we're going to go through all of them, of course. Alice Cooper's was Alice Cooper Goes to Hell 3D.
Okay.
As you might expect, he goes to hell.
Okay.
Since the dawn of time, there is one place that man has feared above all others, a place of unending darkness, eternal torment, and unimaginable horrors, a place called hell. Now, rock/horror icon Alice Cooper is going to take you there. Your journey into the abyss will take you through the mythical levels of hell, each more terrifying than the last. With mind-blowing 3D visuals, you'll experience the inferno through the eyes of Alice Cooper. This promises to be one nightmare you won't easily wake up from. And then, you go from the facade into a maze, and then you go to purgatory, limbo, the gates of hell, gluttony, greed, lust, vanity, wrath, and hell.
Hell?
Yeah. And then the Satan's snake pops out at you.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
I have not seen if he has, like, people are still going to his concerts despite him saying a bunch of anti-trans stuff last year. So I'm like,
Ooh.
And that's the most horrifying thing of all.
Ooh.
Being a TERF is the most terrifying thing of all. No, I don't know if he's rescinded the horrible things he said.
I'm gonna guess not if he's still a born again.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess
Christian.
not. But you know who I don't think has said anything
Fuck
like
turfs.
that? Clive Barker.
Ha-ha!
With his
Clive Barker,
freaks.
kinky freak.
Queer icon.
Exactly.
Love kinky freak.
Yeah, with his freaks maze. Human curiosities, unusual oddities, and freaks of nature. We don't know much about this because it's older, but he scripted and storyboarded the entire production. It had 12 rooms and 35 characters. And he wanted to make the production of the house into an art show with a boo factor. So it was like a circus freak show deal.
Denying access to healthcare. Ooh.
And they had a bride pregnant with an alien.
What?
That's one of the characters.
Bride pregnant with
And
alien.
cannibal
Love it.
clowns.
Love it.
And then this after that, that was 98. And in 99, he did Clive Barker's Hell.
I like how we're stacking, like, you're pregnant with an alien and spooky bride.
Yeah.
So your pregnant bride,
Well,
which is also, like, fine.
yeah.
But stereotypically, you want to not be pregnant in your dress because you might give birth to an alien and destroy it.
You know what else
Those
is fine?
shit's expensive.
You know what else is fine? Daring to enter the putrid pit of infernal damnation from the Wizard of Wickedness in this Clive Barker's Hell. And according to this,
what I call
which is
my
a
bathroom.
archive.org link, an initial room featured what supposedly could have been Pinhead, who would give an intro monologue before guests walked through the rest of the maze. The Cenobite was basically a normal human-sized torso on top of a fabricated skirt with a visible headset mic, which allowed for some cool pitch-shifting effects but looked a bit cheesy. There was also a 10-foot moving flayed Satan head that was in the maze, which I believe is this one, with Clive in the mouth.
Ooh.
Clive Barker came up with the idea for this maze the previous year from a nightmare he had, and he wanted to turn it into a maze. He wrote a one-page treatment and brought it to the team. And
Oh
then
yeah,
they did
Clive
it.
Barker has wanted to do Trans the Mummy since the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, Clive Barker's
I did
cool.
not know that. Hell yeah.
And then in 2000, he did Clive Barker's Harvest. You'll walk through the hole in the wall of a mausoleum leading into the ground where something is reclaiming the dead to incubate its young. Encounter carnivorous as they reap a crop of human flesh in a den of terror that pushes the boundaries of any maze experience. So these creeps were there. And it was zombies and aliens and interdimensional monsters. Like me? The facade was themed like a mausoleum with a big hole in the wall. You entered through the hole and the maze began in the rotting crypt, then continued underneath the graveyard where the Vipex were harvesting the bodies to incubate their young, hence the name Harvest. You traveled deeper underground into the egg chamber, home of the infamous giant Vipex vagina puppet, and there were some really nasty chest-bursting gags. The maze continued into the sewer system and up through a construction site where the Vipex were feeding on city workers and had grown to monstrous size. The big finale was a huge Vipex puppet that came ripping out of a tunnel trying to eat you. I said before, it had lots of allusions to alien, maybe Vipex or similar to facehuggers, but it had a creepy zombie feel to it as well, since the corpses that incubated the alien spawn become animate. One of my favorite things about these theme park wikis is the widely varying tone across articles. Because this one's like, and then like, as I said before, you know, it was like a vagina puppet, and then it did this, and then this, it was so cool. And the other one was like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened.
That was a cool vagina puppet.
Yeah, but you know what didn't have a cool vagina puppet?
What?
2012's Penn and Teller nuked Vegas.
Oh!
The premise of which is Penn and Teller accidentally nuke Las Vegas while performing a trick.
Oops!
During an attempt at an enhanced version of one of their tricks, world-renowned magicians Penn and Teller accidentally nuke the city of Las Vegas, Nevada. But don't worry, it's nothing a fresh coat of new paint and a few truckloads of BS can't fix. Come on down to New Vegas, where all that glitters isn't gold, and in fact probably has fatal levels of radioactivity. World-renowned magicians Penn and Teller have accidentally nuked Las Vegas, but don't worry, it's all part of the show. Or is it? So it's a trick where they try to catch a bullet with their teeth. They instead ditch their revolvers and try to catch an intercontinental ballistic missile with their teeth.
Okay, that's
Unfortunately, it goes wrong. Penn and Teller, however, are able to salvage the once thriving casino city and placed it under radiation containment tents.
Oh, wow.
So you have to put on radiation shields, that are your 3D glasses, as you walk around. And you also will see a radiation suit technician vomiting.
Oh.
And so, yeah, you go through the casino area, and then you see the backstage room in the hotel they perform in. You do an electric light maze, a slot machine room, a wedding chapel where you get scared by Siegfried from Siegfried and Roy, who spontaneously shouts, Sarmati, an acronym for Siegfried and Roy, Masters of the Impossible. Roy, who pops out to scare guests with a tiger attacking him.
Oh!
And a minister Elvis with a trusty Bible. And then there's a buffet area where you're confronted by a mutant cook. And then they congratulate you on surviving, and you get ambushed by mutant clowns in reference to Circus Hotel.
Wow, they are just throwing every new Las Vegas thing at the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it had a three-breasted showgirl.
New Vegas went they got away with that.
Right?
Right?
Well, New Vegas and Fallout might precede this, because it might be referenced in the first game.
Yeah, it looks like Penn and Teller do a Fallout.
Yeah, three-breasted showgirl, suffocating
A
hazmat
Martian
officer,
showgirl?
dove-gician, a half-man, half-dove, and a dove-gician's
I'm
assistant
backing
who gets cut in half.
I love the dove-gician.
Lightroom lights, mutated Cleopatra lookalike, mutated bride and groom, Elvis Presley lookalike, mutated Caesar's Palace soldiers. Buffet chef, French maid, Siegfried and Roy lookalikes, clowns, male and female, and the dealer.
The dealer.
Clowns, male and female.
Yeah.
That's me. A clown male.
That's the irradiated buffet.
Ooh.
And that's the clown that scares you. Oh, this is so funny. There's the wedding chapel. I like that it's just, what if everything was neon?
The dove-gician!
Oh, this photo of them?
No, oh.
Yeah, I love that in the middle of it, you still get to reflect on their beautiful friendship.
Aww.
Oh.
Oh, and then I love that they're just like, yeah, we have all sorts of stuff about us here. Oh, here's the bride and groom. This is what I was wanting to see. Oh, they merged together from the nuclear blast.
Ooh.
I see. And where's Elvis? I must see Elvis.
Show us Elvis.
Show me Elvis. I don't know if they have. Oh, here's Elvis.
Elvis! Oh.
That was Elvis on there. Oh, here's Elvis.
Ah!
I mean, they showed me Elvis. It's pretty blurry, but they did do it.
They did.
Okay, I'll give you that. And then The Weeknd has actually inspired 3 houses, but I don't know if we should go through all of them in the same level of detail, or perhaps we should.
What the fuck is The Weeknd?
The Weeknd After Hours Nightmare. Prepare to enter the macabre mind of The Weeknd in this haunted house as he stalks your squad. He stalks your squad through the surreal nightmare of his after-hours music, a slasher carving a smile at an otherworldly rave, bandaged maniacs performing extreme plastic surgery. Yeah, he loves prosthetic makeup. A grotesque mannequin masquerade. His nightmare is now yours. And so his music plays throughout.
He loves this.
Again,
and weird
probably
TV
a much better concept than the Tonightmares.
Oh, certainly a better concept than the Tonightmares. So yeah, so usually it's not as like themed to him, or like it's just sort of creepy stuff The Weeknd came up with.
Huh.
And then like The Weeknd After Hours Till Dawn Nightmare, which were based on his albums After Hours and Dawn. So they're based on his albums. Yeah.
These sound not very fun.
Venture through the winding corridors of The Weeknd's unnerving nightclub as you attempt to escape his purgatory of pain.
I want this, but Janelle Monáe to create.
Now that would
yes,
be cool.
yes.
Now that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
He's having fun with it. And then for the last one, which is the rounds out the Weeknd Haunted House trilogy, and I say that because it is literally called the Weeknd Nightmare Trilogy. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. So yeah, here we are at The Weeknd's. From the twisted mind of The Weeknd. The only man who dared to spell weekend without an E.
I know him from
The
2
Idol?
out of 7.
Oh, really? Wow. Also, apologies if you are set off, if surgery stuff is an issue for you when you're watching.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that as my friend LG used to love to watch like back when the Discovery Channel was a real channel, used to watch like Surgery No Problem. Now 20 years later.
Yeah, that's why I skipped to the end where it says The Weeknd returns in blood. You know, this is why, folks, this is why you should pre-screen your Universal videos to make sure that there's anything that tells you what the haunted house is about. But I'm just going to make you suffer by not telling you things so you'll never know what that haunted house was about.
Ha-ha!
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I sent you something that you haven't pre-screened. It's only 10 seconds. You want to play that second? Video?
Oh, the legend of Ben Kenbowski! One night at the park, he announced he wanted more scares in his life than the Mousley House could offer. Now his indie haunts our union fucking proudly. Oh, one more thing about Ben Kenbowski! Before he left the rat trap, he vowed he'd haunt every single theme park until shit gets much less fucked up, shouting, "Give the parks to the unhoused G's!"
Hell yeah, Ben. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell
Some
yeah.
real screams, elite rhymes.
Elite rhymes. You know, that's musical talent I haven't seen.
Since The Weeknd?
No, much more talented than The Weeknd. But I haven't seen since the subject of question 5.
Oh.
What is the name of the ghost who plays the organ in the Haunted Mansion? Frank Bank, Ghoul Ravenscroft, Raleigh Crump, or Victor Geist? What is the name of the ghost who plays the organ in the Haunted Mansion?
This is one that I know. Obviously, I know all of them.
Yeah.
Well, you know all of them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this one I know and I love.
Yeah.
Now, did you meet this ghost when you were interviewing ghosts to haunt the mansion?
I did, and I liked him so much that I waited, because when I interviewed him, not a ghost.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, a pre-mortem interview.
Didn't wait too long.
Ben will someday single-handedly bring back fast passes.
I'll try for you, Lena.
The lightning lane will burn in hell. But now let's see what you all picked. None of you thought it was Frank Bank. 3 of you said Ghoul Ravenscroft. 3 of you said Raleigh Crump. And 4 of you said Victor Geist. But the correct answer is Herr Victor Geist. And the name was revealed for the first time in 2016. Frank Bank is a ghost who haunts the Haunted Mansion, though, and is seen in multiple photos in the attic. Raleigh Crump was one of the lead creative voices on the Haunted Mansion and was the creator and main concept artist of the never-completed Museum of the Weird attraction, which was going to be a faux museum within the entrance of the Haunted Mansion.
Cool.
And Ravenscroft is the brand of his organ, not the name of the ghost who plays it.
That's the one I thought it was, and I think I may have in my brain mixed it up with like Ravens with a D&D.
Well, and it's funny because there is a Ravenscroft crypt at Walt Disney World. So it does seem like perhaps they were trying to set up that was his name, but then they reversed it and said, no, that's just a monument to the organ. His name's Victor Geist. Yeah, Raleigh Crump is real. Crump is real.
Crump is real.
It's real.
Crump is real.
Crump.
Roland Fargo Raleigh Crump was an American Imagineer and animator who was one of the lead creative forces behind the Haunted Mansion. He was also the creator, and like I said, all that. The character of Rollo Rumpkin and its respective tombstone in Disneyland are both a tribute to Raleigh. On Main Street, USA, there's a shop window reading Fargo's Palm Parlor. Predictions that will haunt you. Bizarre, whimsical, and weird. Designs to die for. Roland F. Crump, assistant to the palm reader on the window. The Brother Roland crypt in Walt Disney World was a reference to Raleigh. A bust of Brother Roland is to be featured in the Haunted Mansion parlor aboard the Disney Treasure, a cruise ship. In Disney Kingdom's Seekers of the Weird, the character of Roland Keep is named for Raleigh Crump, and that's a Disney Marvel Comics series. And the Hatbox Ghost in the 2023 film is named Alistair Crump in reference to him. And the 2023 season of Haunted Mansion Holiday, which intern Forrest and Emily saw in person,
That is true.
added a Candleman figure with a gift tag for Raleigh to the attic.
Lumiere?
This Candleman.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Never mind. Different Candleman.
Yes, you have the
From
single issues
Lumiere.
things from the void. Of the Disney comic.
The
Disney comic. We love the comics here, folks.
The comic.
Anyway, 4 of you got it right, and those 4 are 666 Flags, The Haunted Manzin, Opala Screamala, and Scryan Johnson. And congratulations on the 7-stream streak, Ford the Perfect.
Ho ho! Welcome.
There is
Ford the
actually still
Perfect.
room in our trivia this time if you want to join. We're only halfway through, despite being an hour and 20 minutes into this stream.
Ho ho.
Your
I'm so
leaderboard
sorry.
is... It's not you. It's the ghosts. The Haunted Mansion is in first. Scryan Johnson in second. Spooktatoes in third. Walter Knott's Scary Boysenberry Farts in fourth. And 666 Flags rounding out our top 5. But you know what? That was, in fact, question number 5.
Oh.
Which means it's time for the spookiest segment of all.
That's right.
That's right. It's not a raffle. It's our wacky ticket reunification game where no purchase was necessary, and winner, such as it is, doesn't get anything beyond the satisfaction of forcing these 2 tickets, who would rather be apart, to be together. by matching them. It's our wacky ticket reunification game, and in no way a raffle. It's like Thanksgiving dinner, where you have to be with your relatives and you'd rather not be, which, if you ask me, is far spookier than any Halloween fright.
Our first ticket is 396-923. 396-923.
It is a match game more so.
It's
You're
a
right,
match
Blogthoven. Yeah, the Federation for a Clean Cosmos is very spooky, Foolaloof.
Spooky.
923 is Missy information.
Oh!
Missy, I need you to teach me the ways of your luck. There's like a statistical
In my
anomaly.
experience, there's no such thing as luck. Oh, wait, I should say. In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Wow, you sound familiar to this old Ben.
Oh, yeah? I wonder, old Ben, Obi-Wan Kenbowski, I wonder if they mean old Ben Kenbowski. Yeah, I do. I wonder that. Goodbye.
Oh.
Our second ticket. 396-775.
396775?
Our next ticket.
It's more likely than you think. What's the next one? Go for it. Shoot. Say letters.
Oh my gosh,
my
Lena has 775.
It's a Ben Kenbowski miracle. The legend of Ben Kenbowski lives on. 2 tickets. 2 winners.
Believe it.
What's
Hot
ticket number
Santa.
3? Will this trend continue, or has old Ben's luck run out? Run out, not one out.
396.
Run out. What?
396
Say it.
788.
What is it? I was shouting over you.
396 788.
Okay, thank you. It's my favorite. What did you say? I was shouting. I didn't hear you. I was shouting. What did you say?
Could you repeat the shout?
Could you repeat it? I am still shouting.
Our next ticket.
Yes.
396-619. 39 order 66.
Yes.
19.
39 order 6619. You know, Luke and Leia were 19 in A New Hope. Yeah, it's true.
Our next ticket.
Not originally, though. Some of those early cards said Luke and Leia were different ages, but they were definitely twins the whole time.
396-695.
396695. You know, that's close to when the special editions came out. Oh,
My hair kind of looks like yours, George.
it does, yeah.
That is true.
You know, style. We have Riz. We have style. We have grace. We have great beards on our face. Yeah. It's like poetry. It rhymes. What's the last one? You know, what's the last one?
Wasn't that the last one?
No. Did the 396?
6695.
Oh yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You passed my test.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
You rarely do, but this time you did.
Flew-
Anyway, goodbye.
Floor.
I shall diminish.
I shall diminish.
Remain George Lucas.
I remain George. No longer am I. What? Oh yeah,
thank
you do look like a tree. A future tree.
I see.
That's what happens. You know what happens to a gnome when it's struck by lightning?
What?
The same thing that happens to everything else.
Oh!
That beautiful Joss Whedon dialogue.
I thought that line went so hard.
I did too.
Yo!
The same thing what Fluval said. Well, you know, we have a halftime show where we're going to look at another themed experience outside of theme parks, which is Doritos just opened a restaurant featuring nacho ice cream and Cool Ranch sushi. It's at the Crypto.com Arena.
Where is the crypto?
Los Angeles. That used to be the
Okay.
Staples Center. The Crypto.com Arena is home to 3 major sports franchises: the NBA's Los Angeles Lakers, the NHL's Los Angeles Kings, and the WNBA's Los Angeles Sparks.
For
And now
the
it hosts
perfect
another
wants
big
to
name,
go.
Doritos. And of course, Doritos were invented in Disneyland, so it actually is appropriate.
Oh.
Doritos After Dark offers customers 13 menu options ranging from appetizers to, I'm just going to go to their website. Yeah,
I mean, they all
called
sound
Doritos
good,
After Dark.
but also bad.
Doritos
Right?
Spicy Sweet Chili Chicken Bites. Doritos Flamin' Hot Nacho Veggie Dumplings. Doritos Cheese Messy Taquitos. Not cheesy. Doritos Nacho Cheese Messy Taquitos. Doritos Nacho Cheese Texas Style Loaded Nachos. Doritos Spicy Sweet Chili Ramen Rito. Doritos Cool Ranch Loaded Pita. Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Cali Roll. Doritos Spicy Sweet Chili Veggie Roll. Doritos Nacho Cheese Crunch-tastic Vanilla Cone. Drum roll, please, for a dessert that's worth the hype. This classic vanilla ice cream waffle cone is dipped in the rich milk chocolate and rolled in Doritos Nacho Cheese flavored tortilla chip crunchers for the perfect sweet and salty bite to end the night. How about Doritos Flamin' Hot Limon Churros?
I like how they're like, we're
I'm
not
not
going to
sure.
even open until you're
Limon
painfully
churros.
crossfaded.
Doritos Nacho Cheese Michelada. Doritos Flamin' Hot Limon Late Night Rita. And then the Doritos Flamin' Hot Limon Mango Chamoyada.
What?
With optional tequila.
Oh. Huh.
It's a cocktail. It's a mango cocktail swirled with Doritos Flamin' Hot limon-infused chamoy and served with a tangy tamarind candy straw.
I'm not sure if the grimacing is coming through the beard or not, so just
Oh, it
know
is.
that it's real heavy. Okay, thank you.
Hot and cool triangle take on the iconic California roll. This crunchy maki roll is filled with imitation crab, creamy avocado, and crisp cucumber, all wrapped in nori and seasoned sushi rice coated in crushed Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch flavored tortilla chips to kick it up a notch.
That's true. None of this is food.
No. How about and this one is this Korean kimbap inspired veggie roll is a one-of-a-kind sushi creation, I'll say. Packed with roasted mushrooms, crisp carrots, and cool cucumber, all rolled in nori and seasoned sushi rice coated in crushed Doritos spicy sweet chili flavored tortilla chips for a slam dunk finish. Available
that
only at
suffering blog.
crypto.com arena.
Love America.
Now you know what I want. I want to see
Love
how much.
America.
I want to see how much this costs, and they do not show you the price.
Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it, Fluval.
This
don't
is
do it.
a Michelada mix with the Doritos nacho cheese infusion and beer.
I bet it's like 27 bucks.
You pay in crypto.
Right.
You pay in crypto and you pay out the ass before and
Yep.
after.
Oh,
I don't want anything to do with these because of a recent program that I watched called Doom Room.
Oh. You mean
We know how they source that meat.
you mean
I
food,
know
but
how
not as
they-
you know
I
it?
know, yeah. These are all beef pucks to me now. I mean,
Did you know
my
that they have a
friend
mascot
LT
now?
Wait, beef pucks have a
No,
mascot?
Doritos.
Oh.
Chippy. He went to the VMAs.
I mean,
What else are they gonna do?
Would.
but it's fun that it's a dude with
Look,
his
yeah.
face.
No, I like that. Look, Frito-Lay has made far worse mascots.
It's just a guy.
Yeah.
Missy, everyone either wants to be Chippy or be with Chippy, and me, both.
Oh.
That's my Chippy. That's his sitcom coming soon to NBC. Boom,
That's
boom,
my
boom.
Chippy.
That's my Chippy. That's my Chippy was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
I want
As
to go
was
on the
our
tram
next-
tour.
Well, our next question was also filmed in front of a live studio audience, I guess.
Oh.
In the unmade Disney attraction Creature's Choice Awards, which host has to stall while Godzilla, who is running late, makes his way from Japan to Walt Disney World to accept his Lifetime Achievement Award? Bone Rivers, Coffin Williams, Eddie Frankenmurphy, or Gulager?
Gulager.
Which, in the unmade Disney attraction Creature's Choice Awards, which host has to stall while Godzilla, who is running late to accept his Lifetime Achievement Award, makes his way from Japan to Walt Disney World? Is it Bone Rivers, Coffin Williams, Eddie Frankenmurphy, or Gulager?
Who's Coffin Williams supposed to be?
Robin Williams.
What's that one? Oh, okay. I was like, I
Robin,
don't get this
Coffin.
one. Gotcha.
Kinda?
I get all the other ones. The other one's very funny. Very funny.
Oh, Joan Williams. Wait, no. Does Gulager smash skulls?
No, he smashes full-on heads, so that's why you have to have a tarp in the front row.
Ah!
Because there's brains. Yeah, it's a Joan Rivers pun, Robin Williams pun, Eddie Murphy pun, allegedly, and Gallagher. But let's see what you picked.
Allegedly.
5 of you said Bone Rivers. 1 of you said Coffin Williams. 5 of you said Eddie Frankenmurphy. It's not in all of the above. 1 of you said Gulager. The correct answer is Eddie. That's true. Eddie Frankenmurphy. The character was to be voiced by Eddie Murphy. It was a result of a desire to represent horror in Disney MGM Studios, which would eventually lead them to create the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And in the show, Eddie Frankenmurphy and celebrities like Elvira would give trophies to other monsters while Godzilla is on his way. And then once he arrives, Godzilla would be given a Lifetime Achievement Award. References to this came from the book Magic Journey, My Fantastical Walt Disney Imagineering Career by Walt Disney Imagineer Kevin Rafferty. And there's a whole Cemetery Gate episode of Podcast The Ride about it. Or of Hauntcast The Fright.
The Fright. You know what they call, I call myself instead of an Imagineer? An Examine Fear.
And so, yeah, it was developed by Imagineer Kevin Rafferty around 1990. This is Godzilla approaching Epcot at an awards show, as we said. Yeah, they give prizes to the stars of Invaders from Mars, which is a 1953 classic horror film, as an example.
Should have won Best Kiss.
But yeah, concept history. Hotel Mel, Creature's Choice Awards, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And Hotel Mel was going to be a murder mystery hotel with Mel Brooks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And taking cues from multimedia and animatronics extravaganzas like Epcot's The American Adventure, the show would have been a lighthearted and campy celebration of movie monsters. Hello. Disney CEO Michael Eisner and Walt Disney Studios Chairman Jeffrey Katzenberg were supportive of the project, with Katzenberg bringing comedian Eddie Murphy aboard to serve as the Frankenstein-inspired host. But the ambitious scope of the attraction made Disney President Frank Wells skeptical of its ability to stay within a reasonable budget. Really? Additionally, it was felt that a thrill attraction would be more appropriate for the park. And so they merged the Hotel Mel concept with horror. Horror. With horror. Oh, and Godzilla eventually won an MTV Lifetime Achievement Award that was presented to him by Patrick Stewart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't worry, he got that award eventually. Just like Chewbacca in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, let's give awards on our leaderboard, where Scryan Johnson is in first, The Haunted Mance Zinn in second, Walter Knott's Scary Boysenberry Farts in third, Spooktatoes in fourth, and Joker 2 makes Joker look like Jared Leto in fifth. Walter Knott's Scary Boysenberry Farts gained the most points on that question because they answered the fastest. They got 821 points, while Booniverse Bart lost the most points, losing 642. Now let's see if they're still saying boo as we go to question number 7. Oh, after this we can, well, Ben, but who was the first Halloween Horror Nights? Who was Halloween Horror Nights' first original event icon? Jack the Clown, Lady Luck, the director, or the usher? Since you can't talk about this, since I know you know the answer, what were you gonna say, Ben?
Oh, nothing. I truly didn't have anything at that point.
No, okay. And yes, Chewbacca did also get an MTV Lifetime Achievement Award presented to him by Carrie Fisher.
Oh. That's nice.
Yeah. Do you have you
Just
met
having fun
any
in
of these
voting.
icons? Have you met these icons?
Actually, I've met all of these icons, but it's funny that you say Carrie Fisher because she was actually at one of the shows in the audience at one of the early not scary phones. And I remember that because she was 19 and also her twin brother was in the movie.
Oh, I
I
see.
Clint Howard, I think he got one. He got a roast.
Yeah.
Or no, he was in a roast.
Not a televised one, huh?
He
Oh,
returned
okay.
as Baylock in the roast of William Shatner. That's what I was pulling from the ether. But let's see what everyone picked.
The last roast, the roast of Tom Brady, is probably a frightening haunt experience that won't.
It sounds
won't
pretty
soon
frightening.
Leave me.
Oh, he also ate a roast for dinner one time. I assume he did consume matter. You're right, Void. It just makes me so mad. Okay. Oh, he did win one. And he did an MTV award, and it was a gag award, so they ended it because he was like, well, they're like, oh, he was too touched. 5 of you said Jack the Clown, 1 of you said Lady Luck, 4 of you said the director, and 1 of you said the usher. The correct answer is, in fact, Jack the Clown, who was introduced at Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights 10 in the year 2000. He was also the event icon in Orlando in 2001's Halloween Horror Nights 11, after his serial killer chainsaw-wielding brother was deemed too gory to be an icon so soon after 9/11. 2006's Halloween Horror Nights Sweet 16, alongside the caretaker, the director, and the storyteller. 2007's Halloween Horror Nights Carnival of Carnage, alongside Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface. And he was also the icon in 2015's Halloween Horror Nights 25 and 2021's Halloween Horror Nights 30.
Those are numbers.
Here's Jack the Clown.
Scary.
Jack Schmidt is a character created by the Universal Studios design team as an icon. He was the first original icon, but certainly not the first icon in general, because the classic monsters were used as well. And yeah, here he is.
I like the Cheetos.
He's a creepy clown with Cheeto hair. He's a twisted variation on a clown. Aside the fact that he's a killer clown, Jack is also a vainglory hound with a huge ego. He considers himself a star performer and is quick to throw out a few puns and one-liners to get as many laughs as he does screams.
Oh, like this Jack in the Box.
No. You've already seen it. It's gotta be hidden till next year.
Ooh.
Chaos! What was here? Oh, he has a poem. His background obscured in the mists of time, odd indeed that grew into a gourmand of crime. With insatiable taste for the bizarre and insane, a wicked sense of humor, a heart full of disdain for all he encounters who end up the same. Twisted, depraved, and never leave the same as they came. Play this card, and you might wish you had not, for you enter his world, and unless you forgot, the warnings were there for all to see. His victims are many, and no one goes free. And yeah, he just is their big guy. And he has a quote. It's time to think outside the box. You think you know me, you don't know Jack.
Oh, today's National Pasta Day.
Happy National Pasta Day.
Think of the. That scary bad pun. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, his hair really does end up looking like Cheetos later on.
I mean, it's a good look.
It is a good look.
I don't want to eat it, but it's a
And
good
speaking of a good look, let's go to the leaderboard where Walter Knott's scary boysenberry farts is in first, because they got the question right the fastest too, gaining 857 points. No, I don't want you to consume matter. I want you to make art with it like Fusilli Jerry.
Yes.
Booniverse Bart in second. But 666 Flags once again lost the most points, losing 879 points by getting it wrong the fastest. As we go. Oh, you're right. You said celebrating matter, not consuming it. You got me, Void. You passed my test. You have reading comprehension of things you wrote. Here's question 8. Who is the overarching villain of Halloween Horror Nights Orlando's lore? The villain who unifies all of the various event icons is one of these. Is it Fear, Jack the Clown? Oop. Not Jack the Crown. Jack the Clown, the director, or the puppet master? Is it Fear, Jack the Clown, the director, or the puppet master?
Wow, you can really organize. You can really type that in very quickly. That's if we had that kind of editing, in the middle of haunted attractions, we wouldn't have so many. There's just so many literal rats around there.
Blog thinks it's Jack the Crown. Oh, it wasn't supposed to go away.
It's okay.
That was a reverse jump scare.
No!
A jump disappearance. Let's see what you picked. 2 of you said Fear. 3 of you said Jack the Clown. 5 of you said the director, and 2 of you said the puppet master.
I'm gonna let it slide that you said that my face was a jump scare, Fluval.
No, that's not. I wasn't saying your face was a jump scare. I said it was a reverse jump scare because it was a sudden disappearance and not a sudden appearance.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure, Flu.
Fine. Let's reveal who the big unifying villain is by watching the introduction video from Halloween Horror Nights 20. It's not him.
Caretaker.
It's not you, Caretaker.
A storyteller.
It's not you, Storyteller.
A director.
It's not you, Director.
And usher.
It's not you, Usher. No.
But he
No.
He has so much more.
Yes.
I am chaos. Death.
Because they all embody a specific element of terror.
Legend. Vengeance.
Vengeance.
We have provided the path from which fear will
It's
be
fear.
revealed.
Because you see, he has little toys of them all, but the real bad man is none other than Fear.
Your time has come.
You don't need to keep watching this, but yeah, let's keep
Ooh,
watching.
a concept. Ooh.
Are they gonna show us a personification of Fear?
I think so. I have another video. I did pre-screen this. Yeah, there's Fear.
Oh,
He looks like a
okay.
Farscape villain.
He does.
He does.
Yeah, it's Fear.
I'm
And-
spooked.
All right, seems kind of like a cop out, but I'll give it to you. It looks cool.
And it's funny you say that, what you said, plausible deniability. When you said we have nothing to fear but fear itself. It's very funny that you said that. So yeah, the plot is that Adaru, the god of fear, was trapped in a lantern in the Universal Studios art department. And then he freed himself in 2010.
For the past 19 years, he's been the master behind every scream.
Yes.
Every blood-curdling.
Yes, he has.
Okay, that's
From the shadows. Now he finally takes ultimate control to create a new age of darkness. This year, the thing you most have to fear is... Halloween Horror Nights.
Me too plausible. Me too.
The only thing you have to fear is fear himself.
Ah,
Here's
Dr.
what-
Fear
He's an asshole.
itself.
Here's what he actually looks like. A butthole. Adaru, or Fear, is the ultimate main villain of the entirety of the canon of Halloween Horror Nights. And was the icon of Halloween Horror Nights 20 Years of Fear. And so, yes, all of the here's a better picture of Fear. Big Farscape energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the other ones were just serving him. They were like, there we go. He had 5 heralds. Jack the Clown was the Herald of Chaos. The Caretaker was the Herald of Death. The Director, the Herald of Sacrifice. The Storyteller, the Herald of Legend. And the Usher is the Herald of Vengeance.
I can fix him, says the radio.
Oh, here's Fear again. See, they tell me this isn't a Farscape villain.
It does look like it. It also reminds me of like season 7 of Buffy, where like the big bad is the first evil, the ultimate evil, the evil that came before all evil. It's evil.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, here's concept art. And he has a lantern. He has 20. Yeah, he has 20 carved into his chest, and the Roman numerals 1 through 19 up his arm.
Oh.
And a lantern that has a 20 on it, because it was the 20th year that he debuted. You see. Meanwhile, the Puppet Master is the event icon of Halloween Horror Nights 2 in Singapore, but he's not connected to the Orlando lore. And, yeah.
Yeah?
He has dolls on his belt representing all of the heralds.
Oh, I see.
It's very lore heavy. So
Should've
yeah,
done the
Fear was
back.
correct.
Would have been spookier.
And so, the only ones who got it right were Commander Cup, who protects Reese's Central, and Joker 2 makes Joker look like Jared Leto.
How many improv theaters are doing bats tonight, do you think? A lot. Never mind.
I mean, Bay Area Theater Sports sure is. Because bats.
Haha!
For short.
I can spell that.
You know what I can spell?
What?
Our penultimate question. Question number 9. Between 2004 and 2010, the Pumpkin Men emerged to try and paint which Disney park orange? Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, or Tokyo Disney Sea? Between 2004 and 2010, the Pumpkin Men emerged to try and paint which Disney park orange? Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, or Tokyo Disney Sea? Also, I'm receiving word from Phony that in that match game earlier when he said there was one question he hoped would come up and he'd tell you what it was at the end of the episode, and then he left because he had to go to the bathroom. The question he was hoping would come up was, on Hershey Park's Reese's Cup Fusion, riders protect Reese's Central against blank. But between 2004 and 2010, the Pumpkin Men emerged to try and paint which Disney park orange? Disneyland Paris, Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, or Tokyo Disney Sea?
Now, did you work with
did you work
these
on this?
Pumpkin Men, Ben?
Again, ghosts can be sued. I have been advised not to comment.
Oh.
Okay, but do you know
Full
the
stop.
Pumpkin Man?
I've been advised.
The Pumpkin Man
on Bleary Lane.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay,
I
good. I'm
guess
glad
I
you
know-
do.
Yes, I know the Pumpkin Man.
The Pumpkin Man? The Pumpkin Man.
The Pumpkin Man.
Do you know the Pumpkin Man?
He lives on Bleary Lane.
Oh.
Orange.
But let's see what you... What?
You glad you answered
Ah!
the question right?
Oh!
Let's see what you picked. We don't know if they answered it right. 2 of you said Disneyland Paris. 3 of you said Hong Kong Disneyland. 1 of you said Shanghai Disneyland. 3 of you said Tokyo Disney Sea. Of course, everyone knows this. The correct answer is Disneyland Paris.
Paris! Yay, Paris!
And there's multiple sources referencing it, but the blog of Disneyland
I
Paris.
want to be a pumpkin man.
Right?
They first
They
appeared in
look so
2002
joyful.
or 2003, and their story, their deep lore... Missy, that's just going to make me go slower. Their lore first appeared in 2004. Why don't we read this blog post in its entirety,
Well, you
huh?
see, Missy, if we had started or
The Halloween season just
H-Dub was
started.
asking if this is chaos. If this was chaos mode, and I said not yet.
Not yet. The
Not
Halloween
yet!
season just started at Disneyland Paris, and the decorations look better than ever.
Ooh.
But this wasn't always the case. A few years back, the Disneyland Paris Entertainment Department created their own characters called the Pumpkin Men.
Oh.
They first appeared randomly around 2002 and 2003, but it wasn't until 2004 when they were introduced in the park with an actual story. This story was posted on Main Street, USA, and retells how the Pumpkin
Only
Men are
two
born.
people got it right, and one
Yeah.
person got it right,
Yeah.
thinking it was wrong.
Oh, I gotta start over. This story was posted on Main Street, USA, and retells how the Pumpkin Men are born and how they ended up frozen on Main Street, USA. Read the official story and browse through our archival pictures of the Halloween season of 2004. This is Praxis, by the way, taking over Frontierland. Once upon a time, and for every Halloween sense, in a mystical, marvelous, and mischievous place called mischievous. I'll say the word. And mischievous place called Halloweenland, there grows the magical Pumpkinwood Forest. At this autumnal time of year, when nature turns orange, the great trumpet flowers bloom. The fake trumpet flowers do too. On the pumpkin vines to herald the season, the friendly scarecrows nurture the path so full to bursting with these very special pumpkin seedlings. On the night when the full October moon shines bright, Halloween magic calls the wines to arise and entwine. Pumpkin trees flourish out of the garden. The fruit of these twisted trees are fantastic creatures, half Halloween and half human, gloved hands and booted feet.
Half Halloween.
Half Halloween and half human. I'm half Halloween and half human.
Missy, what gets seeded every Halloween?
I was not made for plucking pumpkins. The fruit of these twisted trees are fantastic creatures, half Halloween and half human. Gloved hands and booted feet pop out of the autumnal plants and onto their buds from bushes and pumpkins. Pumpkins, oh, it's hard to pronounce
Alex?
things right when you're Russian like Alex. The bloom in the light of the harvest moon to become pumpkin men.
The Great Pumpkin Twink.
The Pumpkin Bird group. But yeah, see, look at this pumpkin here. Look at, then they evolve. This is their evolution chart.
Oh.
Pumpkin men are painters with a passion. They're
That looks
true.
like a growth chart, not an
Yes.
evolution chart.
Their true Halloween trick-or-treat fun comes from the obsession to paint everything that comes along their path the most splendid color. Orange.
Ooh.
Once the last pumpkin man has picked himself up from the vine, off they go with their gear in tow to fill up their buckets with their bright orange paint. The paint comes from the pumpkin paint pit of Big Thunder Mountain. I like how much I struggle with some of your names, but pumpkin paint pit of Big Thunder Mountain I hit perfectly the first time. The orange
was
mountain
beautiful.
glows in the middle of the wicked waters of the far west, inviting the pumpkin men to come and take possession of the magic orange pigment to fabricate their paint. And look at them hanging off the sky mover.
Amazing.
Ooh. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh.
Yeah. However, the river is full of
those haven't
spooky
maintained
specter
well enough for
slime.
that.
Evil spirit emerge from the water to ambush and capture the pumpkin men. But our Halloween heroes have devised very clever solutions for getting to and from their pit without falling into the wicked waters. If the pumpkin men fall into the murky slime, they go bad and turn green.
Oh.
Just prior to the stroke of midnight, this jolly team of pumpkin men painters sneak their way out of Halloween land, rolling a humongous pumpkin onto Central Plaza. These pumpkin men are full of trick-or-treat magic. They blow orange pigment dust over the pumpkin, and it grows before their eyes into an impressively giant jack-o'-lantern. It is as easy as pumpkin pie for the pumpkin men to begin their splashing and splatching of orange paint on Main Street, USA. The electric arches erected on the main thoroughfare provide great chutes and ladders for our acrobatic artists who scale the facades with ease. This one's smoking, so it is, that's how you know it's French.
Big French pumpkin.
Yeah, and there they go. This one's so proud. The pumpkin men are having so much fun that they hardly notice the screechy screams of Gruzella, the wacky witch who is making her way to Halloween Land for the enchanted evening of incantations. Gruzella takes her favorite blind corner hairpin turn and is caught by surprise. Smack in the middle of a cackling giggle, she smashes, crashes, and plunges, just plain splashes, into the gazebo in town square. See? Time stands still.
Oh! Missy, this is what you did.
The unlucky pumpkin men are satisfied. Mummy-tized. I'm going to delay that ad. Freeze-fried right in mid-stroke of their orange masterpiece. So that's why they can't move. They're frozen in time.
That one's cool.
Those pumpkin men who were not in the wrong place at the wrong time continue their trick-or-treat mischief throughout the Halloween season, whether frozen in an archway in full swing of orange artistic folly, or enchanted and articulately live. The pumpkin men have one creed. They come out only once a year during Halloween to do what? Paint, of course! That is the legend of the Pumpkin Man. They're still in Disneyland Paris, but their lore isn't really used anymore, so now they're just pumpkin men wandering around. And you can even find reference to them.
French salute.
And based on what I've seen on the internet, they're having a delightful month.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Pumpkin Men are having a great month, as is our leaderboard, where Scry and Johnson has taken the lead because they got it right. Only them and non-union Beetlejuice. Non-union
Friend
Beetlejuice.
Of the stream, Scry and Johnson.
Non-union Beetlejuice answered the fastest, getting 759 points, while 666 Flags continued their streak of losing 806 points. I gotta say, I think it's very funny that Wiz not only got the question he wanted to get wrong right, he also gained the most points. Because non-union Beetlejuice has gotta be Wiz. Since Ryan Johnson is famed filmmaker, is Scryan Johnson. He's losing. Good for you, Wiz. He's losing well. Well, now let's see. 9 of you have positive points. So 9 of you get to place a wager. The rest of you just watch.
Not bad.
It is me, and yes, suffering. It's certainly not bad for how deep of a cut many of these questions were. Now, we did have 2 questions where literally every answer was correct. So that might have helped.
No, there was one that you trixied us that right? No.
Nope. There was just 2 where every answer was correct. And then one where one was not correct.
It's you know what? That is what I call a spooky miracle.
That's a spooky season miracle if I've ever seen one. Though, I mean, I do have to say, another spooky season miracle is this final question of our game of trivia. Which of these is not one of the tombstones that's seen at the Disneyland version of the Haunted Mansion? Dustin T. Dust, I.L. Bebeck, I Am Mortal, I Truly Departed, Levitation, M.T. Tomb, Paul Tergeist, Ray Incarnation, Rust in Peace, Theo Later, or You Are Gone. One of these is not a tombstone at the Disneyland version of the Haunted Mansion. The rest all are. Pick the one that's not one. Dustin T. Dust, I.L. Bebeck, I Am Mortal, I Truly Departed, Levitation, M.T. Tomb, Paul Tergeist, Ray Incarnation, Rust in Peace, Theo Later, or You Are Gone.
Fluval, have you ever considered being a haunt designer, aka an examined fear?
I mean, I would think it would be wonderful.
You would.
I'd love that as a second career.
Now, intern, I want to know if there's any way that I could steal you away from Fluval to work for me.
What?
I didn't think you could hear me out of the beard. I'm still getting used to it.
I hear all things. I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake. I know if you've been bad or good, so be bad for goodness sake.
Oh!
That's right, I blew up Christmas Earth, and so I killed Santa Claus and thus became Santa Claus.
Fluval hears things.
That's how it works. It's an ironclad contract. And no one can kill me.
That's true.
So I will be Santa Claus forever, and Fred will forever be eliminated from the family trade.
Ho-ho!
Well, let's see what you picked. One of you said Dustin T. Dust. None of you said I'll be Beck. None of you said I am mortal. None of you said I truly departed. None of you said Levitation. None of you said Empty Tomb. 3 of you said Paul Turgeist. None of you said Ray Incarnation. 1 of you said Rust in Peace. None of you said Theo Von Later. And 3 of you said You Are Gone. The correct answer is Paul Turgeist. So,
Yep.
It's always a good one.
So here's the deal. Paul Turgeist is a real Disney tombstone, but he's only at Disney World. Yes, you did even make that joke earlier.
Yep.
Some of them are at both, but Paul Turgeist is only at Disney World.
Still got it wrong.
Yeah, you still got it wrong.
Oh.
3
Listen,
of you
as
got
I
it right.
Right? Why did anyone get it right?
Because they knew the answer. Walter Knott, Scary Boysenberry, Farts, Non-Union Beetlejuice, and Wiz also got it right. And Commander Cup all got it right. But the pun crypts are a series of crypts found at the Disneyland Mansion, Walt Disney World Mansion, and Tokyo Disney's. Some other really nice ones are Manifestation.
The power of the booth.
Or was that even in that one? Did we use Manifestation?
Is the power of the booth.
No. There's Manifestation, Ouija Board, and then Harry After and Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin's at Tokyo Disney.
That's cute.
And here's what they look like.
I mean...
See, there's I Truly Departed, Rust in Peace. I mean, they look like you'd expect. But
I like
figured
the
I'd show
names.
you.
Is it weird that that's the thing that creeps me out the most out of everything?
But they're unsettling.
We've seen tonight. They're unsettling.
Even more than the surgery.
Yeah, a little
Interesting.
Bit, a little bit. Because these look a little bit more real.
Don't we all know that Paul Turgeist's tombstone isn't the Disneyland version? I thought you all did, fool aloof. You Are Gone does seem wrong because it's in the second person. Well, you're not gone. So I don't know, take it up with Walt.
Since you've been gone.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson was actually just referencing that grave. She's a big pun Crips fan.
Oh. Sorry, that was really loud.
It's written from the point of view of the reader. It's the second person. It's like those books that say, it's like the series You.
Like the handbook for the recently deceased.
Yes, and it's like our podium, where your winners are in third place, none other than Spooktato.
Who went to bed an hour ago?
In second place, Scryan Johnson. And your winner in first place is Walter Knott, Scary Boysenberry Farts. Congratulations to Walter Knott.
Congratulations.
Who was Walter Knott's Scary Boysenberry Farts?
You?
Send us, DM us on Discord or Instagram and send us your address.
Missy!
Missy won again? Okay, well, congratulations, Missy. We have your address. So you'll get a little something special, but we all get to enjoy a little something special too, right here, which is... That's right, we just destroyed Scream Park Earth, one of them at least. Be sure to join us next week for Star Trek trivia to celebrate the impending release of the final season of Star Trek Lower Decks. So it's Star Trek season next week because the final season of Lower Decks starts next Thursday.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Ben.
Ben, is there anything you'd like to plug?
I don't know. Free Palestine and parks are cool and we should unionize them.
Thank you so much, Ben Kenbowski.
Yes.
We will see you all next week. We'll see.
You're gonna see.
Like the ocean, you get it? We'll see. Like the ocean, like the sea. We'll get you. So it's very complicated, but we'll see you next week because we have your coordinates. Look, it's like the sea, like the ocean, or like the ocean is called a sea. It's like seas. So you get it? It's seas, like oceans, like seas, like the salty sea, the old man and the sea. The sea is not for you. Sea biscuit.
Here he comes.
No, like the ocean. Ah! God,
Closer
Blog,
than
how are you being so
farther away.
obtuse?